So boom. Here we are again, mate. I'm on a bench, chilling. And yeah, I'm feeling good. So, the initial stages were for me to go and pick up weed and just have a little feeler, see what's going on. And yeah, and the original video I made this, I'm making this video now, but I made another video of the first time of picking up, and I was just super pranged out, and I hadn't smoking in a quiet area. I just smoked in a busy area and then had to walk to the fucking train station to get back, so it's just like, oh, long. Anyway, it was fine. So that ruined the experience a little bit, and the video just turned into a massive moan and a rant. So we've got a reasonable time of out weed. So well, it was let's have a look. 27, so March, April, May, June, April. So 6 months without weed, and 5 months without weed, and yeah, it was weird. Like, it was a struggle. Like, there was pros and there was cons. Like, literally, there was pros and there was cons, and it was a good time for me to actually see what life is like when I'm not smoking weed, and what life is like when I'm not relying on weed and thinking I need weed every day, every second, every hour. Excuse me. And yeah, so it's all good. Like, literally, it was all good. But then again, it was just a stressful element. Like, it's just a stressful element in terms of what are you doing? Like, what am I doing else, like, other than just not smoking weed in order to relax? Like, and like, okay, fine, there was good times, there was good days out and things like that. Like, and I enjoyed that. Like, I really did enjoy that. But at the same time, I just needed that little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I feel weed is a gift. Like, literally, it's a gift, and it is to be used. It is to be used within moderation. So the first spliff I had after the 5 months of no smoking was it was alright, it was enjoyable, but like I said, I got a bit pranged out, and then I was like, okay, fine. But it definitely was an evening thing, because I was trying to weigh up, like, daytime smoking, wake and bake. I did actually sleep well last night, believe it or not, so I don't know why I'm yawning so much. But yeah, so yeah, what's more beneficial for me? Like, what's the right path for me? And I've said to myself, sort of nighttime smoking. I will be smoking a zoot today, just for the sake of the video, but nighttime smoking is more my thing. Regardless of what I'm doing during the day, I just like to be able to smoke in the evening, because it's just like a nice, relaxed, chill thing. I look forward to it. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I look forward to it, and yeah, it's nice. Like, it's alright, it's chilled. Also, I went to watch a recording with Jimmy Carr. That was quite good. Called I Literally Just Told You, which will be aired. Season 2 will be aired in September. And yeah, they were filming the shows that week, so I went out with my missus. Oh, fuck. I went out with my missus and watched it. Plus, she had never been to a television recording like watched one actually being made, so that was cool. What else have I done? I had I went to Pride. I went to Pride in the end. That was alright. But again, like, there's also with the weed thing, yeah. Like, there's been certain times also where I've just been like, okay, I've run out of weed. I'm not gonna pick up weed. I've only picked up 3 times since I've been smoking again. But in a case of like, when I run out, I'm saying to myself, right, just go that day without weed or 2 days without weed, and then just pick up again, or just see how you go. Rather than just being like, instantly I've run out, I have to refill. And also, you get that little break, like that nice tolerance break. And even if you're still smoking now, I really encourage a tolerance break. Not necessarily have to quit, but just go without for a period of time, at least a week, like literally at least a week. And then you can really feel the weed again, like literally, it's nice. Thank you for all the positive feedback on the channel as always. I've been recently, when I've not been uploading videos as well, I've been doing these short things, which is like a small video. But I haven't really done it properly before, so I'm just still trying to figure it out. But you can edit and make music, not music video, but put music over the top of the video with it, so that's quite cool. But yeah, if I'm not uploading, I've been trying to do that just as a little check-in so you can see what I'm up to. But I don't know, that might be something that's, do you know what I mean, well received or not well received. I might just prefer videos rather than just 15 seconds. But yeah, anyway, the moment you've all been waiting for. Initially, I was really apprehensive about smoking weed again. For many reasons, just because I'd said to myself that I was going to stop smoking. Not necessarily forever, but at least a prolonged period of time. But I was suffering a little bit. And also, I figured out that weed isn't the cause of my problems. It doesn't help me address them either, which is why I say just nighttime smoke. But for the benefit of the tape, I'm smoking one now. But yeah, it's not a main factor. It just allows me to be chill, but then not address the things that's actually going wrong. So it covers it up almost, which is an interesting thing that I hadn't thought about. Also, there is I've decided on no more alcohol. I've always said fuck alcohol, but I've gone back to that now because yeah, it wasn't beneficial for my life. Like, it wasn't beneficial for my life, and I was replacing the weed with alcohol and fags. And while I wasn't drinking as much or as bad as I have done in the past, yeah, just I mean, I get a lot of messages and comments saying, "No, I'm an alright guy, yeah," but I'm not an alright guy on alcohol, mate. Like, literally, it's just simply not. Like, it's a lot of stress and pressure for everyone involved. That's not to say that if you're travelling about then you can't have a drink or two. But for me personally, just day-to-day life, just to fucking go out and have a beer, or go out with friends and have a beer, like, I don't know. I think weed is much more beneficial. Whereas I get no benefits from drinking alcohol at all, like literally none, like none at all. Everyone's different. Sorry, I thought there was a wasp on me. Everyone's different. But I definitely don't know my limits, so that's it. Like literally, that's it. I'm about to call it a day on that. There is a separate video that I do want to make on alcohol though. And, well, in fact, I could mention it briefly, and we'll see how it goes, but it's a case of when I was in the Netherlands, my first beer was 2018, and in Kenya, but when I was in the Netherlands, that's when I first properly started to drink alcohol, because I was at this party hostel, and you just get free beer, like literally you just get free beer. So my introduction to alcohol was getting it for free and not having to pay for it, so therefore financially it wasn't a problem, like it wasn't a problem at all. And then, like, if you're good at what you do, and like, so you have to, like, it's voluntary, but you work for your accommodation, you get free accommodation, food, access to shower, toilets. Like, it was a good gig. Like, it was a good gig, and it was a good time. However, like, the Netherlands is very similar to Bristol, but the Netherlands is different because it's a different country. But Amsterdam, sorry, but the Netherlands in general, like literally the Netherlands in general, because I don't want to just focus on Amsterdam, because there's so many other parts to the Netherlands other than just damn and fucking, do you know what I mean, just smoking weed. There's so much more to it. But for me, this is just focusing on the alcohol side of things. Is a case of, like, nobody's going to be judging you or telling you don't do this, don't do that, don't drink. Like yeah, there's like rules about drinking in the street and like having open containers and certain parts in the park. If you've got drink or alcohol and open containers, then yeah, you can get confronted by the police and they can fine you. But other than that, which is enforced, that's not a maybe that will happen, that's enforced. Like, that will happen. But it's a case of, like, you're free to do whatever you want. So if you don't have that your own self-control, and I've said this before in other videos, but if you don't have your own self-control to be like, no, this is my limits, and this is where you just kill yourself. Like literally, you just go on a mad one and kill yourself. It's like, and that's why a lot of countries get a bad reputation, especially when English people go abroad and tourists, because like we end up dead, and then you think, oh, like loads of English people die over there, but it's only because like we're not babied. Like, there's countries where you land and they just treat you like an adult. Like, do you know what I mean? As soon as you get there, it's on you. Like, nobody's, don't do this, don't do that, be careful of this, be careful of that. Like, do you know what I mean? All these different signs and fucking, do you know what I mean? Safety, safety, safety. Like, yeah, organisation, and it's safe in the Netherlands, but like, it's not in your face and over the top. It's just like you're treated like an adult, not to be an idiot and not to go and fucking kill yourself. Like, and if you want to kill yourself, then that's on you. Like, do you know what I mean? That's your choice. Like, so when I say kill yourself, I don't necessarily mean just slit your wrists or jump off a cliff. I mean, like, you just party so hard that you don't know your limits and you just OD. Like, so for me, that was my introduction to alcohol, and it was just very heavy, and it was much. Like, it was like a lot. Like, it was too much. Like, so I didn't really see this as an issue, right? Like, I didn't see it as an issue because I was in the Netherlands, I was having a good time, and like, no matter what, regardless, I was happy to be there. Like, I really was genuinely happy to be there, and I had a great time. Like, and I will be going back, but I've got a few things. Like, I've got a suspended sentence, and I've got a few things over there that I need to sort out in terms of fines. But otherwise, I'm alright. But yeah, there potentially there's a few things that if I land, then yeah, I'd have to do that suspended sentence. But I mean, it's only 2 weeks, but I've like moved like real, like I've moved forward and like made a lot of progression in recent times. And I don't think it would be wise for me to go and put myself in a situation where I know I'm going to get back in a stage where I was trying to escape from. And as well as the going to prison, like even though it's only 2 weeks in prison, it's like you have to change your mindset and how you are as a person in order to survive that environment. And yeah, it's not the one. It's not really the one. Like, I look back on it now, and like back then I was more than happy. Like, I was more than happy to be in prison. Like, not because I wanted to be in prison, but just because I had a roof over my head and fucking I just was tired of fucking just getting fucked every night and just fucking, do you know what I mean, having nowhere to be, having nowhere to stay, fucking just completely on my arse. Like, and then there was loads of individual cases where I'll be out, yeah, and if I see something wrong, I'll confront it. Not in like an aggressive, angry way, but just, I can't just see something not right and then just leave it. Like, it doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking well, I say this, but then obviously I'm gonna explain the other side of it. I'm explaining the sensible side first, so it doesn't mean I'm necessarily gonna get involved in other people's problems, but like, if I can help someone out, then I'll help them out. You know, if I feel I can do something and I have the capacity in order to do something and help someone, then I will. However, when you are sofa surfing or just being a bit scatty or just drunk, or even if you're stable and you're alright and you can help someone, but you're just drunk, then that is not a good time for me to fucking try and help someone. And there was like a lot of times where I would be out with a group of people that you've made friends with, quote unquote. But I say that in quotes, but there were some sick people that I met. But it's travelling, it's holiday vibes, it's like, how much of a connection can you really have with someone? Although there are many people that I've met along the way through life who, there were completely chance interactions. I had no clue. We both started out as well. We all started out as strangers, but we started out as complete strangers, just walking down the street, and then we still talk today. But otherwise, you just with a random group of people. But the point is, there were many occasions where I'd see things unfold, shall we say, especially when it came to females, and not wanting to have people take advantage of a situation just because someone was drunk or was with other females that weren't really paying attention to their friends. And like I say, in day-to-day life, like, that's fine. Like, it's never a wrong thing to help someone out. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, in certain situations, you just need to fucking leave it alone and not fucking be the hero all the time. Like, and that's where I got to, where I was just constantly just, do you know what I mean, trying to get involved in things that sometimes needed action. Like, sometimes it did need action, but then there was other times where it didn't need action at all. And even if it did need action, it didn't necessarily have to be me that was, do you know what I mean, being involved in it. And hundreds of times this has happened, right, in my life. But especially in the last sort of 3 years, and it's never worked out well for me. Like, it's never worked out well. So this is one sort of aspect of alcohol where just my normal personality just will change on a massive extreme scale. And then there's the side of it where you just drink on your own or whatever, but then you're just drinking just for the sake of it. Like, you're not really getting anything out of it. Like, do you know what I mean? And then there's drinking with friends or in a venue, and like, after a while, like, it's good to like meet new people. Like, I love meeting people. Like, that's not the issue. But after a while, it does get a bit draining. Like, it does get a bit draining. So you have to like break away from that. So when I left the Netherlands, I was like, okay, fine. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, I went to prison and then came out of prison, and then I was like, okay, fine, I know I can manage without weed, I know I can manage without alcohol, blah, blah, blah. And then that was it, like, do you know what I mean? I was like, okay, fine, I'm feeling good, like, do you know what I mean? Changed, man. Like, I even made that video outside of the prison, like, I was so gassed, like, I was feeling good, like, everything was fine. And then 2 weeks later after that, I lost my passport. And then that was sort of like another downward spiral until I actually left the country. And then once I left the country, I landed back in England. Like I say, went to Bristol, and then Bristol is a good city, but if you don't have self-control, then you just wreck yourself. So what was just like a really positive, happy me, just fucking buzzing about just being fresh off the boat, like, so to speak. Just getting consumed, but then obviously drinking, and you're being consumed, and you've got your internal and external demons, shall we say. Yeah, it's just a no-brainer. Like, it's a no-brainer, and it just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just constant, years and years, just. And then you see other people that are in a similar situation to you. Like, because for me, I can make friends. Like, making friends is not a problem. Like, I can talk to people, but sometimes if you're hard on your luck, like, and you want to make friends with people, and you're completely alone, like, you're not always filtering the people who you're talking to and who you're making friends with. Like, so you might just go up to someone, yeah, and you might just be drinking or whatever, or having a beer, just having a good time, smoking a spliff, doing whatever you're doing, and then go up to someone and just start chatting to them just because they're also doing what you're doing. Like, so they're also drinking, they're having a good time, like, they might be playing a bit of music, like, you get chatting, you're interested in the same things, like, you like the same music, and then you end up hanging out, right? So just like simple like that. But then you're not actually doing anything. Like, you're just so basically, because they're doing the same thing as you, like, you don't feel that there's anything wrong with what you're doing, because you're both doing the same thing. So it's like, do you know what I mean? You're not alone suddenly. Like, you have someone, and then you have someone else, and then you have someone else, and then you just have a massive party group. Now, that is cool and all well and good, but party group is not necessarily like your actual friendship group. Like, but if you're alone in the world, then you'll think that this is your friendship group, and then that's it. That's your life. Like, so you build everything around that sort of circle. So around partying, around drinking, around taking drugs and smoking and fucking everything is around that fucking group. And again, it got to the point where I would just be doing me, mate. Like, I'd just be on a mad one. But you really start to see who is actually with you and who's not when you see me at like 1,000. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and bit by bit, it chips away, and then you're like, oh, fuck, okay. And then you've invested so much time into something that wasn't effectively very real. So for me, it was a case of like, do I want to be in this sort of circle? No, I don't. Like, I don't. So what are you gonna do in order to break out of that circle? And to be honest, what took me to wake up out of that circle and to stop just going on a mad one and just drinking all the time was getting arrested. Maybe I say getting arrested, having a police interaction, even if I wasn't arrested, every other day, like every other day. And it was a lot, like it was a lot, and it was just too much, like it was too much. And then a fight, and then a fucking getting knocked out, do you know what I mean? Just fucking, just being just banged out in town, just out of nowhere, like, and you don't know why, but I always say that karma comes around. So when you're on, quote unquote, the roads or on the streets, like, it's not even roads, it's streets, like, when you're on the streets, like, it's just a bit like, your mindset is everything, like, because that's all you have is your mind, like, all you have is your mind, like, if you don't have, like, physical possessions, like, if I was just sat here in shorts and t-shirt now, with, like, I've got my bag there, my bike, but with nothing, then I've always got my mind, like, that's the only thing I can control and I have. So you can be like at one with the earth and just be like, okay, fine, taking everything and just be natural and move flow. Or you can get caught up in like the materialistic side of things and the projection of life of what we're supposed to have and all the cars and everyone else that's going in and buying shit. And like, you then start trying to chase that, like, but with the wrong people. And it's just a waste of time, mate. Like, it's just a waste of time. But it's taken me a long time to realise this. Like, it's a long time to just be like, okay, fine, just stop doing what you're doing. Like, but yeah, on the streets, like I say, karma will catch you. This is what I'm saying to you. If you get into fights, yeah, and just be like, oh, well, I've got nowhere to live anyway, I've got no house, they can't find me, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, you'll be found, like, and even if you don't get found, like, bad things will happen to you. Like, and everything that's bad is bad, but some is worse than others. And sometimes there's certain things that you just don't want to experience. But unfortunately, I didn't take that advice. I just done it anyway, and then it was just shit. But literally, it was just shit. It's just like, oh, why did I do this? Like, but then it's too late. You're already fucking behind the door. But yeah, I remember this one time I just got banged out in town. And like, I don't even know why. I was on my way to a birthday party and I just got smacked in the head. But the point is, like, there was maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times at least where I'd done something, not necessarily done something bad to someone, or like necessarily like stole or robbed anything, but like I'd just been like really scatty and just be kicking off for no reason and just fucking, I don't know, just a bit of a prick, like, do you know what I mean? Just a massive prick. And then fucking, like, I would get away with it, quote unquote, because I would leave or whatever, or, do you know what I mean? Someone would jump in and they would see that I wasn't really right and there was other stuff going on in my head and they would try and calm me down and talk me out of the situation and try and stand up for me even if they didn't know me and it was a public space and everyone was just ganging up on me. Like, there has been times where I've been saved and divine intervention to come in. But after a while, like, if you just keep fucking it off and like, do you know what I mean? Like, people are like, just coming to you and just like, do you know what I mean? Being placed in your life in order to help you. You're not realising it. There's only so many times the universe, like, it's going to be like, okay, fine. Like, do you know what I mean? And it just spins round. And then you'll be walking through town and bang! Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Have that, you cunt. Like, let's see how you deal with that. Like, so yeah. But it's only because like, I've cut off so many people, and I'm not going to the same places I was going to, and I go to different places and different areas and towns and cities, and like soon to be going to Ireland. So if there's anyone that watches videos on here that's in Ireland, then fucking let me know and I'll come fucking say hello. We could blaze a spliff. Now I'm smoking. But yeah, I'll be in Ireland on the 30th of August, so. But yeah, I've just been cutting off different fucking people, yeah, that are doing this sort of shit. And then even in recent times, yeah, there's been cases where I've met people on a random one, and then it's just like, oh, slippery slope, like literally. But I've managed to yank myself out of it, and it's very swift and sharp, and it's quite painful, and it's very up and down. But like, yeah, you gotta just fucking be rough. Like, you gotta be fucking hardened about it, and just be like, nope. Gotta be very cutthroat sometimes. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day, mate. You've been enjoying the good weather. Pleased to be blazing up with you again. On my first initial video, I was very angsty and anxious about it. And yeah, but I'm a bit chilled now. I've been smoking about a week now, so on and off, that is. But that's the point, it's just on and off. If I feel like a spliff, I know I can resist the urge. But if there is a time when I'm really fucking just going over the top with just a nice little spliff, just at the end of the night, you know you've got that to come back to. Just something to calm you down, like just actually calm you down, not just fucking. And there's that whole just be calm in it, like, and I've been trying to get myself into that whole realm of spirituality and just, you know, affirmations, and, which is good, like 100% believe in them, but just don't take it too far to that culty level, because it's just weird, like it's just weird. Like, I'm not ready for it, and I don't know what to believe. Like, there's so much entities and just fucking higher powers, like, I don't like to mess around. Like I'd like to just leave it be. Just leave it be. If they call me, then fine. If they reach out to me, then I'll be respectful. But otherwise, I don't like to fuck around with all of that. Like, it's very dangerous. Like, the universe, you gotta let it be what you want it to be. Like, you can't. I don't know. Yeah, you can ask for things, yeah. But that's the point you're asking. You can't just say, oh, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking do this and have this job or have this car or this kind of life just because I've said, like, I don't know, you can't, sometimes, like you can't just, do you know what I mean? You can't just, oh, you can, in a way, you can, but sometimes it's difficult to just think your way into happiness. You can't just say, oh, I'm thinking about being happy, so therefore I'm happy. Like, I don't know, I just don't. I get it, and some things it does work for me, but other things there's just like, no, I'm not feeling this. Like, I need a spliff, please, thank you. Like, trying to do other things to just make you naturally calm, but it's like, no. Even if I'm in nature having a fire, I'm just like, oh, okay, fine, fuck, I've got to collect firewood, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Like, even if you're in the wilderness, it doesn't matter, even if you're in an urban environment, like, even if you was in the wilderness, you'd still fucking have work, you'd still have to fucking do shit. Like, naturally, you're gonna have life, like, you're gonna have a life, a society, a form of structure, and fucking your way of doing things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just stay one place in one room for the rest of eternity. It just doesn't work like that. We're human, we wanna fucking do shit. But yeah, anyway, I went a bit off topic. I don't drink alcohol no more, literally. And I've said on special occasions, if there's a special occasion or there's a specific moment in time, one. But otherwise, just don't just take a beer just for the sake of it. Don't just take a beverage, any form of alcoholic beverage just for the sake of it. Because when I come back to England, that financial strain, mate, like the financial strain was just, it was, it was pretty rough. And having to get like just money all the time just for fucking beer, like literally, and just fucking, oh man, it's just dead. Like it's just so dead. Like it's just such a dead lifestyle. Like, pun intended. But I'm pleased to be out of it now. Like literally, and I'm doing well. Like literally, I'm pleased to be out of it now, and I'm doing well. But I just wanted to let you know what's going on and what I was thinking. Like fucking, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an update, a little bit of a synopsis, just a little bit of fucking good old fashioned story time. Fucking, let you know what's going on. Right now, I'm feeling pretty stoned, yeah, and I'm just alright. Like literally, I'm just alright. And it's not too hot as well. It's nice, but it's not too hot. It's been like 30 degrees. I went to Brighton Beach and it was fucking packed, mate. Absolutely packed. That's another thing. I've been going into Brighton recently, yeah. And it's weird because like I've done so much work there, and it's just like in that moment in time, like you're just part of a bigger picture, and it's just really weird to just be part of that moving turn of like that just keeps the city going, like just the cogs. But now I'm out of that, like I don't miss it at all. Like I really don't miss it. Like it's just weird because I look at it from the outside looking in now, rather than being on the inside already. You view things differently. Like I look at the whole city different. But yeah, it's all good. I shaved my beard as well. I did shave my beard, but I fucking don't really know how to do it, so it's fucking got all bumps and shit. So I'm just waiting for it to grow out, but I won't be doing it again. Literally, I won't be doing it again. If I do, I just go to the fucking barbers because shaving is not my strong point, mate. It's not my strong point. But I just wanted to fucking, I don't know. I just wanted a reset. Like sometimes I just have a hard reset. And I started growing a fucking beard when I was fucking living at the foyer. And I hadn't had one before because I'd always had to shave just because of the work that I was doing. I was quite strict on like appearance and uniform policies and things like that, but and dress codes if you're at an event. But otherwise, like once all that was, it wasn't all over. It was just a transition. But anyway, the point is, I went into this sort of transition of not shaving and just fucking growing out a beard, and then I just had stubble at first, like, but then I actually got a little proper beard, and then a goatee, and then the sides took fucking ages and ages to come out, but just fucking had a fucking fat goatee. But then it was only just like little bit by little bit. Like, and then yeah, I just got a bit depressed in that period, and I was just like, I'm just gonna grow out my beard, like I'm not shaving. So the point I'm making is that if I fucking wrote from my name, Simon Roger. Yeah, the point I'm making is that if I shave my beard, it's just like a hard reset. Of all those years it's been growing, and all the stress that bit of hair is faced, like, I don't know, that's just how I judge it, by with my hair. Like, you know how much shit I've gone through if my hair is growing long, and then I fucking shave it off, and then that's a symbol of me just fucking getting rid of that chapter. But yeah, anyway, the sun is starting to come out, and I'm gonna head back, watch a film, and yeah. But I just wanted to come on and give you a little video. I do intend to be making more little videos as well. Maybe that short thing as well, I don't know. I always thought it was a bit fucking dumb, but now I fucking posted it, so I try and avoid that sort of section of social media. I think it's a bit of a trap. Just like little, because it's only like a snapshot of what they want you to see of a situation. And sometimes things don't have any context. And then they play over like a generic voice over the top, so there's no empathy or meaning in what the narration is saying. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna sit in the sun like this because I need to catch some shade. I can't do well in the sun for long, so yeah. Definitely come out later though. I love it in the evenings when it's nice and balmy. Yeah, I got some real life shit to deal with. You know, sometimes, yeah, when you just fucking... Oh, mate. So stoned. But yeah, you know, sometimes when you just fucking... So basically, I can explain it. I don't need to fucking be secretive about it. I'm starting to do things, like, with money, and not just fucking for free. Including travel, but even if I just go on like a short journey, I'm trying to do it with money. Like, and it's just really weird and strange, and I just don't. It's like now I'm planning what to do, yeah, when I go back, or no, well, not when I go back, but this evening when it's cooler. And I gotta do shopping, but then it's like the budget for the shopping. Rather than just fucking going into a shop and just fucking picking up anything with whatever change I have in my pocket at the time. Mate, if I got fucking a good amount of money, fine, sweet, I can actually buy something. But if not, then just fucking, do you know what I mean, meal deal or some shit, like anything. a packet of crisps, some sweets, 3 for £1 if you go to Tesco. Anything, just to fucking snap on. But I'm not in that position anymore, so it's just fucking, I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna go now. Thankfully I got my bike. I went to Halfords and got to put air in my tyres again. Like literally I need to get a complete overhaul on the bike. And you know, sometimes when you get a bike, like it's still a nice bike, like don't get me wrong. I like it, it gets me from A to B, but it's gonna get to the point where the bike is gonna be more to fix. And I might as well just buy a new bike in a slightly better version. Just because I haven't been using my bike. And I won't say, oh, it's because I've been lazy, because it's not. Because the whole reason I'm in the situation I'm in at the moment with needing to get it fixed is because I've worn it till it's just, do you know what I mean, it's dead. Like the cogs are just completely worn. The chain comes off all the time. Like, and that's only because I've used it, so yeah. I was actually quite proud when he said that. But that's what the guy said in Halfords when he done his overview. But my silver care has run out now, so my cycle care has run out. So I can't even get it under the cycle care. So it's parts, labour, and whatever the fuck else they decide to fucking put onto the bill. No, they're normally quite good. Like, they're normally quite good. Shout out Halfords, mate. Actually, never had a problem with them. I've been using them since I was a kid. And they've never banned me from any of their stores. Which always helps. Always helps. Anyway, I trust you are enjoying your day and you've had a good day and this video has found you well. Thank you for watching if you've watched till the end. It's a bit of a long one, but I just wanted to sit down and just have a smoke with you again and just have a chat. And yeah, I'm gonna head back, whack on the series. I'm watching Gangs of London. It's quite good. But yeah, just a bit of escapism. And yeah. Stay blessed, stay lean, and peace.